It's no surprise Philips is still on its buying spree. The Dutch company now buying Emergen, a U.S. medical software company. The financial disclosures were no financial disclosures on that deal. But of course, this is coming off of the Genlight deal, which was $2.7 billion. It's just another sign that Europeans are coming to the U.S. because we're on sale, as Jim Cramer says.
And also remember Vivendi buying the franchise that is Guitar Hero Activision.
Right.
$8 billion is, you're talking about $6 billion or $5 billion if you look back. I mean, what I really like about Genlight, this new one, Emergen, and Vivendi, these are all signs that the Europeans believe the dollar has bottomed. The Europeans have historically, and I know this from dealing with a bunch of German companies over multiple years, the Europeans have historically taken their cue from the currency more than the company. They will have companies that they want to buy. But they will not buy them until they think the currency has bottomed. They're much more currency sensitive over there than we are. Witness the fact that Celgene just goes and buys a company over there without even thinking, even though it's worth, and I like Celgene very much, but they spent $2 billion on a European company. I think that now that you get a Philips making a stand, a Vivendi making a stand, you can start seeing Nestle's making a stand, a Unilever making a stand, a Banco Santander. So I believe that this is the beginning of the wave. Now, one of the things that, in the endless negativity that I see in the papers and I'm surrounded by, remember, we didn't predict the private equity wave, but it happened. We didn't predict that there would be a tremendous decline in interest rates during 2002 to 2001 to 2003. Of course, it led to the housing bubble. But I'm saying these big sea changes have not been predicted. No one predicted in 1987 to 1989 a gigantic wave of Japanese buying. No one predicted in a similar period from 1985 to 1988 a giant bubble of German and French and English buying of our companies. I see a major M&A wave coming. It's very positive, and it's going to be the theme for 2008. But it's obviously it's very hard to dislodge subprime as a theme. But what I urge people to do is realize that if the Federal Reserve were to cut the discount rate dramatically to make it so the banks would refinance and would make it so that the banks would have big profits on the net interest margin, then you would obviate the subprime story. And then what would happen is what would flow to the top is this European M&A.
You think the U.S. companies are going to be making the solicitations like, hey, come?
No.
Or do you think it's going to be all Europe-led?
I just think that European companies are sensing blood here.
Okay.
I mean, they sense that, like Philips really senses this is the time to take on General Electric. I have shares in General Electric and work for GE. But I would urge people to recognize that we are in inning half of this one. This is just beginning. And that the Europeans see the dollar bottoming. The dollar's clearly bottoming, I believe. And want to take advantage of it and start to buy.
All right, thanks a lot, Jim. On M&A, European-led M&A here in the U.S., this is Wall Street Confidential on TheStreet.com TV. Don't go away.